Stay tuned as we take a look at this Marvel Legends Invisible Woman from the Super Skrull Build-A-Figure wave. Hello and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today we continue our Marvel Legends reviews of this Super Skrull Build-A-Figure wave, aka the Fantastic Four wave. And today we're looking at the Invisible Woman, aka Susan Storm. Again, in that more updated modern day Fantastic Four costume from the recent comics. We get an updated head sculpt and also a very nice translucent sort of shield effect. She also comes with a big body piece for the Super Skrull Build-A-Figure. So again, standard Marvel Legends packaging with a picture of Sue Storm on the side there. On the back, we're getting a little promo shot and then a tiny bio that reads, Sue Storm has the ability to bend light, making herself and others invisible. And then as always, here we have a list of all the figures in this wave you need to complete the Super Skrull Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Invisible Woman. So as I said, this is another updated modern day costume for the Fantastic Four, but this time for Susan Storm. So without further ado, let's get it open and I'll also compare her to the previous Walgreens exclusive. So here we have Susan Storm out of packaging, looking very nice. Now she does come with the Build-A-Figure piece, the chest piece for the Super Skrull Build-A-Figure. So you know what to do, subscribe to the channel, come back as I always review the Build-A-Figure last. But he is looking pretty big and nice. She also comes with one other accessory, which may be invisible on the table, but it's right here in front of your eyes the whole time. Can you believe it? It seems to be some sort of effect piece to show off a shield. Now you probably can't see it on the white background, but it's there. It's like a translucent plastic, which is looking very nice to be fair, and we should be able to just plug this into the hand. So there you go, a hand, literally there's like a slot in it. Again, you probably can't tell, but there is like a slot where you can just get her fingers of her hand in there. I'll zoom in so you can see if it will show you, if it will focus. But there you go, her hand just sort of slots in there, and then that is the effect piece. And again, it's meant to represent her creating a shield, and it looks very nice. I actually do think this would work really better with the previous version, as she has like a half translucent hand. Now this Susan Storm doesn't. She is full bodied, no translucentness at all, which was a bit of a complaint of the previous Walgreens exclusive version, as we always had Susan Storm with a translucent hand. But again, she was displaying her ability, so I can't be mad. But this is a nice effect piece, to be fair to Hasbro. Well done, I'm liking it. Move that to the side. She doesn't come with any interchangeable hands, so you do get one fisted hand, and then as I said, that sort of open palm effect that we've seen on many female Marvel Legends. She comes with the same sort of treads on her shoes as the previous Reed Richards, so she is also playing football or golf, one of the two, but she does have heels, as you can tell. They are a little bit bigger, but those treads are still there. Again, must be from the comics. I haven't read it, but it's got to be accurate to the character design. So again, she's in the sort of black or the really dark navy blue with the sort of lighter blue highlights, which is, as I said, the more iconic Fantastic Four blue. The blue logo on her chest is a little bit brighter than the blue on her outfit. And to be fair, the paint job on mine seems to be quite clean, even on the back. There is a little bit of a scuff there on the sort of waist, but again, I can forgive that. But yeah, she's looking nice. Same head sculpt as the previous release, just with a different paint and obviously new hair, but it looks nice. It's different enough from the previous one where you could maybe mix and match again like we did with Reed Richards' head. But let's zoom in and have a closer look at those details. So there's a closer look at Sue, and she does look really nice, to be fair. Bright red lips, bright blue eyes, and then the hair does have some paint detail in there, a bit of wash, a darker wash over the sculpt, and it is all flickering out, which looks nice for display. The 4 on her chest is brighter than the other blue, as you can see, but as I mentioned previously, the paint job on mine is not bad at all. There's just a tiny little scruff there on the waist, and then there's a closer look at her open palm hand, and again, that's where you plug in the accessory. Just plug in the fingers, and there she is holding it, hiding behind her shield. So yeah, Hasbro have done a good job. Liking it. No double jointed elbows as expected for a female Marvel Legend. It does seem to be the same body mold as the previous release, just with those updated treads on the heels. But they're not full heels, they're more like wedges, I guess. But yeah, she's looking good. So let's compare her to the previous Susan Storm. So here we have our comparison, and as I mentioned, they do share the same body. They even share the same hand. She has a fisted hand on the modern one, and then on the previous one, she has an open palm hand. And the modern version Susan Storm does seem to be a tiny bit taller than the previous one, and that may be because of the wedges that she's wearing on her feet. As you can see, this Susan Storm has wedges. This one has flat shoes, so that's probably what's giving it the extra. It may be the hair has something to play as well, but the hair are a similar colour, but the face sculpts are painted a little bit differently. So let's zoom in and have a look at them and see if we can swap them around. So here's a closer look at the two head sculpts, and they're both nice in their own separate ways, just depends on what hairstyle you prefer, but they're both got similar paintwork with a bit of wash there within the blondness to make it a bit of a dirty blonde, but it works. It's just whatever hairstyle you prefer, and the face sculpts do seem to be the same, but the paint jobs are different enough to make it look like two different people, which could be a good or bad thing depending on how you want to use these heads. Again, I'm sure they swap, which we'll try right now. So that's how they look swapped, and I actually don't mind the modern head sculpt on this previous outfit, to be honest. I think that works better than this one, but again, there's no wrong answer. It's completely up to you. But while we're zoomed in, I just want to show you on this modern one, we do get obviously that hand that has no effect, there's no translucentness compared to this Susan Storm, which has got a completely translucent hand, but she did come with interchangeable hands, so we could take out the translucent hand of Sue Storm and put it on this one. So when it focuses, you'll be able to see. There you go. So now this Susan Storm can have a translucent hand. If you wanted to just display her abilities a tiny bit, that's an option. And of course, the previous one did come with another translucent hand as well. So let's try that. And again, it keeps going out of focus, but you know what I'm trying to do, people. There you go. So there's the two translucent hands on Susan Storm. So both of these translucent hands are from the previous Walgreens exclusive. But again, if you wanted to just demonstrate her abilities somewhat, but use these modern outfits, then you could do that. And then, of course, use the shield effect piece as well. But I actually like the idea of the effect piece on the old Sue Storm. So let's put her hand back in. So you can see her whole hand's translucent. And then if you add the shield to that, I think it will work quite nicely. So let's do that. So again, I'm just plugging her fingers in the shield, and that's enough for her to hold it up. So that works out quite well. So there's the shield, there's her translucent hand, there's Sue Storm. So again, she's got the new modern head sculpt on, of course, so it ain't the complete Walgreens exclusive, but it gives you display options. However you want to display your Susan Storm on the shelf, you have options. Now, before we bring in Reed, let's compare Susan Storm to some other female members of the Marvel Universe, with Jean Grey here from the Love Triangle 3-pack, and then, of course, the very sought-after Rogue as well, who's going for a pretty penny on the aftermarket right now. But yeah, Sue stands at probably about the same height as them both, and she's got the wedges on, remember, so I think that's okay. So let's move them out of the way and bring in her other half, which is, of course, Reed Richards, the universe's, Marvel Universe's genius. And to be fair, the height comparison for these is a little weird. I'd rather Reed be a tiny bit taller compared to Sue, but again, she is wearing the sort of wedges, so maybe that makes the difference. But yeah, to be fair, looking at them straight on, it looks like Sue is taller than Reed. But again, that could be because of the hair and the wedges. But I would have preferred Reed to be a tiny bit taller. But again, who am I? I don't know what the height difference is without looking through the comics. But either way, they look great together in their matching uniforms, one male, one female. And I will compare them to the rest of the team, of course, once I've opened Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm. But for now, these two are looking very nice. So you let me know in the comments below, are you happy with this version of Susan Storm? Do you like her hairstyle? Do you prefer her to have translucent body parts like the Walgreens exclusive? Or are you happy that we've just got a full body and then we can display her abilities with her nice shield effect, which again, I think is a pretty good effect piece for Hasbro. It's a new effect piece which I haven't seen before, and I think it demonstrates her abilities quite well for display purposes. So again, let me know in the comments below your thoughts, but most importantly, check out all the other reviews in this wave on the playlist in the usual places for the Super Skrull, and of course, subscribe to the channel for all of the other videos of this wave. Plenty more to go, and a few on the channel already. But yes, my name is Dan W. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you want to support the channel that little bit more and get these reviews a tiny bit early, then head over to my Patreon, where you can support the channel for a little as $1 a month, which is much appreciated. But until then, people, my name is Dan W. Let me know what you think of Susan Storm and this wave so far in the comments below, and I shall see you on the next one.